Have you got past clients in your database and you haven't talked to them in so long and you're scared to call them because you don't know what to say? Today I got you covered.
I am what I am today, cause I did it my way, nothing y'all can say. In this life or the next one.
What's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what to say to past clients you haven't talked to in a while. I know this is a big fear in the industry and I wanted to address it today. So if you have a client that you haven't talked to in a while, here's the thing. When you call them, number one, the first thing you need to know is when you call them, they are going to be happy to hear from you. They're going to be glad they called. They're going to be happy to hear your voice. You're going to know this as soon as you call them, they answer the phone, you say who you are. You can tell by their tone and the way that they're talking to you, you're going to feel that they're happy that you called. So that's the first thing you need to realize, is that when you call a past client you haven't talked to in a while, they're going to be even more happy to talk to you. So definitely don't have the fear going in that they're going to be upset with you or not happy that you haven't stayed in touch. They're going to be happy to hear from you, and you need to call them, especially if you haven't talked to them in a while. You need to call them and check on them, see how they're doing, see what you can do to help them, and let them know that you are here for them. So when I call past clients I haven't talked to in a while, I'm going to use the same approach that I use when I'm cold calling people. I'm going to say, hey, Mr. Johnson, or first name if we're really that close, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to say their name, and I'm going to say, hey, it's Ricky Caruth, the Remix of Orange Beach. How you doing? Right? I'm going to have a lot of enthusiasm when I say that line, and I'm going to pause and I'm waiting to hear how they react. Their reaction to that line is going to tell me everything. It's going to tell me if they're happy to hear from me, if they remember me, so on and so forth. Now, everything about my phone scripts is about reading people. We're asking questions to see how they react, and then we're going to react to their reaction, and we're going to go with the flow of the conversation. And our entire job is to get into a conversation that we can find out what's going on and how can we help them. So I'm going to call them up. I'm going to make sure I'm talking to the right person. I'm going to say, hey, it's Ricky Caruth, Remix Orange Beach. How you doing? And then I'm going to wait and I'm going to let them respond, and then I'm going to go with the flow from there. They're going to say, yeah, we're doing good, Ricky. How you been doing? And I'm going to say, I'm doing good too, man. I'm just enjoying the day down here. It's gorgeous down here on the beach or wherever I'm at. And just kind of let them respond to that. So if you'll see, just like my phone scripts to cold calling, I'm going to use the same thing. How are you doing? I'm going to talk about the weather. And the weather is something that everyone can relate to. And it's an icebreaker. It just really loosens everybody up and takes all the pressure off of, is this a sales call? Right? I think that the pressure of that being a sales call is what really hurts a lot of agents, and they get nervous. The prospect can feel the nervousness over the phone, and if you just loosen them up with a little bit of non-pressure, non-salesy material like the weather, then it really makes everything so much better moving forward going into the sales part of the call. So then you're going to say something, the same as the cold call phone script that I have, which is, I don't want to take too much of your time. I was just calling to check on you. Is there anything in the world I can do for you? Right? That would be, my most commonly used approach. Now, I may go into a specific market detail. I may say, I don't want to take too much of your time, but, this sold or that sold around you. If I'm calling, somebody I know and I knew something was going on in the market around them, maybe I sold them the property and something else around them sold. Maybe I sold it to them 2 years ago, hadn't talked to them since. I just noticed something sold in the neighborhood. I'm calling to let him know. So you can use market information, or you can just say, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I was just calling to check on you, see if there's anything in the world I can do for you. And just take the conversation from there. See how they're doing. Ask them what their long-term plans are. How's that house I sold you? How's this? How's that? How's your family? And just really kind of, maintain, you're trying to go deeper with the relationship right here and find out what you can really do to help them. So I think it's very important to reconnect with your past clients, and I think that fear holding you back from calling them is really hurting you. You really need to reconnect with these people. Now, if you call them and they act like they don't remember who you are, that's fine too. You say, oh no, it's Ricky Caruth. Remember, I did this or I did that. I sold you this or I sold that property for you, or whatever the case may be. And they're either going to remember or they're not. And if they don't ever remember you, that's okay too. We're going to get involved in this conversation. We're going to find out what we can do to help them. That's the name of the game. Not getting caught up with the little road bumps of what if this and what if that. Plowing right through all of your fears and all of the negatives and just getting right to the point. How can we help you? So if you'll notice, my strategy with past clients is almost identical to my strategy with cold clients. It's set up to create that relationship or go deeper with the relationship. At the end of the day, how can we help you? So if you don't have a copy of my phone scripts, get it. It's in a link in the description. And what I want you to do right now is start going through all of your past clients and calling them up, seeing how they're doing and seeing what you can do to help them. Take good notes, close some deals, and have fun.